the InFocus 5534L. Because I got an amazing deal on it, I picked up this InFocus 5500 series projector. Now this is the 5534L. It is 1920 by 1200 for the resolution, and it is replacing my Optima that was only a 1280 by 800 resolution. And obviously I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to mount this to the ceiling, because right now it's basically set up on some table and chairs because I wanted to get it installed and play with it and see how it worked so I could do a review and so that I could enjoy it before I figured out how to attach all 44 pounds to the ceiling. The Optima that it replaces is pretty cool because it's 3D, but it's only 4,000 lumens. This bad boy is 7,500 lumens, and with twice the resolution, it's pretty badass. Other advantages of this particular projector over the Optima is this one supports 10-bit color. So it supports what's really 40 bits, but this is 8-bit color. So you get a lot more colors with this, and because you get a lot more colors and you're feeding it from an 8-bit source most of the time, you actually have more play to get the brightness and the contrast ratios just right so that you don't get any banding when you're playing back movies. The contrast ratio on this is only 2,000 to 1, whereas this one was, I believe, 8,000 to 1. So the contrast ratios aren't as good, but because you have more ability to get the blacks really black and the whites really white and everything in between not band or blend out, the contrast looks better on this. Also, because you have more available light, you're not dealing with the room light absorbing some of your contrast ratios. Normally the ambient light or even the reflected light off of the back wall counts against your contrast ratios. And so this is a much better projector. It's quieter too, at 29 decibels versus 32 decibels. And this is 29 decibels at its loudest, whereas this pops up to almost 42 decibels, which is pretty loud when it gets hot in here. As long as I keep the room at 72, that one's pretty quiet. This one's whisper silent, you don't even hear it. But I live in Arizona, so sometimes this room gets up to 80 degrees when I'm feeling cheap. And when that happens, that is almost deafening. Not deafening, but louder than you'd want to enjoy a movie. So the InFocus 5534L, great projector. Its original retail was $25,000. I picked up a refurb for a lot less than that. The bulbs are $150 a piece if you know where to get them. I'll link to a place on Amazon that has a pretty good deal on them. You need 2 of them, whereas that's only 1. And the life on these bulbs are 800 hours versus the 2,000 hours on the Optima. So this is not an ideal solution for everybody, but if you can afford it, this is a hell of a projector and is truly cinema quality.